Hello, how are you? Samadan here. Now, I'd like to talk about the Shadowlands Launch event and the past 24 hours of how it's been and my experience of it. I want to talk a little bit about the gold making, the community around that, everything that's been happening so far, what I think is going to happen in the future, especially with gold making and things like that. And just in general, just fan out about everything that Blizzard have created here, because the expansion launch was absolutely fantastic for me. I know there are a few issues with some people with servers and things like that, but on Shadowsong, where I'm at, I found the launch to be incredibly smooth. The phasing worked really well, and I had an absolute blast running through the mall, going through, and I've done the first two. I've done Bastion and I've done Maldraxxus, and I'm currently at level 56 at the moment. I've also been working on my professions because obviously I'm a gold maker, and I've been doing tailoring and enchanting, and I'm about halfway on both of those. I've got a few things on the auction house, made a few sales, nothing massive, but interesting nonetheless. So I just want to talk about my experience so far and how it's gone and what my plans are going to be for the future. The thing is, it's amazing to think about the fact that this whole Blizzard launch event, this whole expansion, for a large part because of COVID and everything, has been done where people have been working from home. So in order to be able to pull off what they did has been incredible, it really has. And me as an artist, looking at all of the work that they put into all the landscapes and the characters, and then things that I appreciate, which is the music and the storyline and things like that. It's been absolutely fantastic. My favourite part so far has been in Maldraxxus, where there's a little dog quest, and having my doggo friend hunt things out. That was really good fun. What I really like is how each covenant has its own theme around it and colour scheme, and you get a real sense of identity with each of the covenants, which brings the whole world together. And talking about bringing the world together, I played with War Mode on for the first part and really enjoyed the fact that me and the other Horde characters, we didn't fight or anything like that, and we carried on doing our questing. It wasn't until I got to the mall that the proper combat really started, and I had to turn War Mode off, unfortunately. But, you know, in the future, maybe we'll see a faction mode off, and we can also play alongside each other in the future. But that's a future thing. What I really liked about Shadowlands and this launch event was how everyone came together. There was a real sense of excitement going in Stormwind and seeing everyone gathered around at the keep and waiting for the quest to start, and then everyone just piling in. It was a little strange with the layering. I didn't see many people in my initial journeys. I mean, I played for about 10 hours so far. And in that 10 hours, I've gone through and done the first two covenants, as I said, and I didn't see that many people during that time. So I did kind of lose out on that kind of sense of everyone piling into one area, but as a result, I did find I had a very smooth levelling experience, which, given the two of those, I probably would have preferred the smoother levelling experience. I know some servers, especially the more populated ones, had a real problem with queue times, and a couple of the big EU ones had to get shut down for a little while whilst they sorted things out. So if you are on one of those ones, and I can understand you probably had a very different experience to me. But then that's kind of like you get what you pay for, in the sense that you're on a full pop server. There's going to be a lot of people on there. So that's kind of to be expected to some extent. I think overall, though, I think the launch has been really smooth and I've really enjoyed it. Now, when it comes to gold making, so what have I done so far? I've been levelling my professions as I've gone. I was really surprised at the price of shrouded cloth and lightless silk. Not so much the price of it, but the quantity that went on the auction house quite quickly in the first 24 hours. Now, what this means is I've been able to level up both professions, both tailoring and enchanting, really quite quickly and easily. Now, this is great, but it could also be an issue in that there's a very low barrier to entry. And I've already seen, obviously it's complete Wild West when it comes to prices of things on the auction house at the moment. So I'll be very careful. I'm manually posting everything on. I'm not really using the pricing that I'm getting from TSM at the moment. And the way I'm approaching my professions is I'm looking at, okay, does this give me a skill up point? Or do I think I could sell this item on the auction house? And then if it does both, then that's great. I'll create that, get my skill level up, and then try and sell it on the auction house. Or in my case, with tailoring and enchanting, I'll look at it and go, okay, can I make something with tailoring that I can then disenchant for enchanting and help level up my enchanting? So if you've been watching me on stream over this past 24 hours, you'd have seen me going through that thought process. And I'm going to approach the same methodology when it comes to my other professions. So my plan is, at the moment, I've got Samadan at 56. I'm going to take him all the way up to level 60 and max out the two professions, enchanting and tailoring. I'll also look at cooking and fishing as well, but those are more sideline professions. And then I'm going to bring all my other alts through, do the opening more campaign, and then I'm going to get them all set up with their individual professions and then see where we're at, because that's kind of like a loose plan over the first week, really. Now, I know a lot of people will focus and go straight, okay, I'm going to go straight inscription, or I'm going to go straight for some other profession and be the first person on my server to make those. And that's a perfectly valid gold making technique, and there is a lot of gold to be had in lots and lots of different ways at the start of an expansion. Some people will be going out farming mats and selling those on the auction house. A lot of people have been asking me, actually, about should they keep hold of their mats for their profession, or should they be selling them on the auction house because the prices are currently high. So what I say to that is basically, if you're going to level up your profession quite soon, then you might as well keep hold of your materials and then use them on your profession. But if you think it's going to be a week or two before you get started on your profession, then it makes more sense to put the materials on the auction house now, try and get some high prices for them now, and then when the prices drop down, because they inevitably will settle down to a lower level, then I would suggest buying up some more materials then when you can find some cheaper and leveling up your profession that way. Although that said, you will be having competition with lots of other people who will be doing the same thing. It's a very changeable market right now. I mean, by the time anyone does a video or says something about, okay, do this because it's going to make you a whole load of gold, that opportunity will have gone and there'll be another opportunity somewhere else. So the best I can advise is just try things out in the game, have fun, enjoy it. This is the first time a lot of people are experiencing the expansion. So what are other players doing? They're going to be leveling through their characters. Maybe just one, they're going to go through experiencing the storyline. Not everyone's going to have 24 hours a day to be able to power level through. I mean, you're hearing tales, lots of people are getting 60 already. It takes about sort of 9, maybe 12 hours to get to level 60, depending on how heavy you're going to. I mean, I've been playing for 10 hours, and I'm still only at level 56, which is absolutely fine by me. You know, we're all leveling at our own pace. So obviously, as a gold maker, I'm going to be focusing on professions and doing that alongside my leveling experience. But it is important to make sure that you're staying abreast of what everyone else is doing and making sure that if you need to get certain reputations or things like that in the future, that you're planning your way up there. I mean, I've got lots and lots of things I want to do, especially at the start of the expansion. It's very tempting to rush through it, and for me, I'm going to go there as quickly as possible because I want to be able to share that content with you all whilst it's still current, but also the other part of me wants to enjoy the journey and make sure that I'm not just skipping through things. I mean, I am using Azeroth Autopilot, and that just helped me through the story campaign, but I'm still enjoying the overall story arcs and how it's all come together. Cinematics are absolutely fantastic, really enjoying those. I can't wait to get into Ardenweald when I start doing that lot and those cinematics to come. So my first impressions for the first 24 hours have been absolutely incredible fun. I think it's important to remember that 2020 has been an incredibly trying year. Everyone's mental health has been hit very hard by everything that's been happening with COVID and lockdowns, and society as a whole has changed quite a lot. So the fact that we can all share this enjoyed experience of Shadowlands Launch and enjoy playing the game together, exploring these dungeons, going out and finding new exciting things, sharing that with each other and doing that globally, and then being able to share tales on YouTube and Twitter and Twitch and all those social media platforms, it's great to be able to all come together and enjoy this moment, because we need that. And I'm glad I can share that with everyone here, all my viewers and everything. So thank you all for being here. Now this is a bit of a different video to what I do normally. This is more of a sort of conversational, rambling video talking about my thoughts. I'm very interested to hear what you think of this kind of video, and whether you think and what you think about the Shadowlands launch. How was your experience? Did you enjoy it? And what are you going to be doing? What are you going to be doing leveling, and what are you going to be doing sort of from a gold making perspective? I'm always going to be looking at the gold making side of things, because that's where my real joy of the game comes through. So there'll be lots of videos to come. I'll be going through my experience with the professions once I've got them all through the more and started testing those all out. So there'll be lots of things to come there. I've got my groups and operations that I'm sharing over on my Patreon for those that want those, as well as doing lots of things like the artwork and the screensavers and things like that. I'll be streaming lots as well, where we can hang out and enjoy going through the adventures together. I'd like to do quite a lot of dungeons with viewers as well, so look forward to that. Now, some people have been asking me about my Let's Play series. That's still carrying on. I've not forgotten poor Samadan and Stambadan over on NA. And Shadowdan, of course. We have a new participant to the journey there. They will be carrying on through into Shadowlands as well. We just need to get Samadan up to the right level, and we'll be going through that journey. So we'll continue with the Let's Play series, but obviously I've been focusing on getting my main EU account through the Shadowlands experience. Also, thanks to the kind people at Blizzard, I've got a huge number of giveaways I can do this week. So I've got some game time, I've got some Shadowlands Heroic Editions, and I've got some mounts and some pets and things I want to give away. So I'm going to be doing that on stream, and I'm also going to be doing it on Twitter as well. So make sure you're following me on those platforms, because I'm going to be doing some giveaways over the next few days. Lots of exciting things. A way to share the love and enjoyment of Shadowlands. It's been an absolute pleasure this first 24 hours, and I'm really looking forward to what's going to happen over the next week, over the next month, and over the next years, as we go through and develop and discover more about this whole new area of World of Warcraft. I want to say a big thank you to everyone at Blizzard for all your hard work, first and foremost. And I want to say a big thank you to you, all my viewers, and everyone who's hung out or put a comment in, chatted on Twitch, and interacted with me on all the different social media platforms. Thank you for making this amazing community where we can all hang out and share our love of the game. I've rambled on more than enough now, so I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you'd like this kind of video, then I'm going to be doing more of them. Let me know in the comments, and I look forward to sharing my adventures with you in Shadowlands. So until next time, happy gold making, and I'll see you very soon.